The bucket sloshed, water streaking across the worn linoleum floor, when the voice cut through the quiet. "You missed a spot." She froze. Maria had been scrubbing this hallway for years, long before dawn and long after dusk, head down, unnoticed. But the man who spoke wasn't another impatient passerby. He was tall, broad-shouldered, the kind of presence that silenced a room. A Navy SEAL. His uniform still smelled faintly of salt and steel. His eyes, sharp and challenging, didn't leave hers. "Before I tell you what happened next, tell me in the comments where you're watching from. I love knowing who's listening." Maria's knuckles tightened on the mop handle. She'd been invisible to most people here, just another worker in the background. But his words weren't mocking. They carried weight, as if he wasn't talking about the floor at all. And that unsettled her. The hallway fell quiet, whispers of boots fading in the distance. She could hear her own breathing, uneven, and the faint drip of water pooling beneath her mop. He stepped closer, his shadow swallowing hers. "You've been here every night. No one notices. But I do. Show me the strength you hide." Her heart lurched. What strength? She was a cleaner, a woman who had raised 2 children alone, who worked double shifts to pay rent. Yet, in the silence, she remembered. Nights she'd stayed awake to guard her kids from the storms outside. Mornings when exhaustion screamed, but she still went on. Maybe that was strength, hidden beneath tired hands. She wanted to tell him no. To retreat into her routine. But something in his steady gaze held her there. It was not a taunt. It was an invitation. Others began to gather at the edges of the corridor. Soldiers pausing, curious staff whispering. A janitor and a SEAL standing across from each other. The absurdity of it drew murmurs. Maria felt the heat of their eyes pressing in. Shame tried to drag her down. But then he bent, picked up the mop she had dropped, and placed it gently back in her hands. "Strength isn't about medals," he said quietly. "It's about showing up when no one claps." The words cut deeper than she expected. For a moment, the hallway seemed to still, even the air hanging heavy with meaning. Maria swallowed hard, her throat tight. She thought she'd never be seen for more than her mop. She was wrong. "Challenge me," he said, voice steady, not with fists, with endurance. He dropped into a perfect push-up position, his body rigid as iron. The crowd inhaled sharply. Maria stared, wide-eyed, then almost laughed. Surely, this was madness. But when he motioned for her to begin counting his reps, something inside her sparked. 1. Her voice trembled. 2. It steadied. By 30, murmurs turned into cheers. By 50, her hands no longer shook. At 60, he collapsed, chest heaving, sweat darkening his shirt. He looked up at her, grinning through exhaustion. "Your turn. Keep standing. Keep holding. No matter what they see." She didn't drop to the floor. She didn't need to. She simply tightened her grip on the mop and stood taller than she had in years. And in that moment, every whisper turned to applause. The Navy SEAL saluted her, and for the first time in decades, Maria felt taller than the walls around her, because strength isn't measured in uniforms. It's measured in quiet resilience, in the battles fought where no one looks, in the hands that keep going long after others would quit, because kindness doesn't vanish. It waits, and it finds its way back. The mop water still shimmered in the light, just as it had at the beginning. But now, Maria's reflection in it no longer looked tired. It looked unbreakable. If this story moved you, share your thoughts in the comments. And don't forget to subscribe for more stories of hidden courage and unexpected justice. Someone out there needs to hear this next one, and you can be the reason they do.